Hi, Overcomers. It's Marcy again. Here, today I felt like God wanted me to come on here and talk about fear. So it was really interesting for me. Back in 2019, I noticed that there were a lot of Christian songs coming out about fear, about breaking up with fear. Fear has no place, whatever. That, the message was we don't need to be afraid. And then 2020 hit. And they did everything they could to keep people in fear. So let's talk about fear. The Bible is very, very clear that we don't need to be afraid about anything. And we think it's perfectly natural. You're afraid for your kids, and you name it. You can have fears of heights and all sorts, you name it, you can be afraid of it, right? We can manufacture fear. I mean, think about all those things that you think about that never come to pass, all the what ifs that we concoct into in our minds that create fear. I mean, we do it to ourselves sometimes, and there is just no end of things you can be afraid of, and the devil takes advantage of that, and he's going to use it. And so we want to be sure that we aren't falling for his tricks. And fear is one of his tricks. Fear keeps you in bondage to the enemy of your soul. There is a verse in the Bible that says, perfect love casts out fear. So, what is perfect love? God. So, in the presence of God, there can be no fear. So that the goal here, as it should always be, is to be in the presence of God. And you will find there's no need to fear. Now, like a lot of these things just come naturally, as parents, we fear for our children. Are they making good decisions, or they make a poor decision and we freak out? I have been there. And this is how I know about this, because I've been there. I have freaked out over my kids' decisions because as somebody who's got a little more wisdom and a little more experience in the earth, you can see stuff coming. But there we are, creating problems that don't exist. So, I think for a lot of people, kids or other family members are their number one can be their number one fear. So I'm going to tell you what I did, and the Lord forced it on me through my kids. And for my kids specifically, is even though I had thought as when they were little that I had given them to God, I did, but this was a whole nother layer. And this is peeling things off of me. So I sat down and I'm like, I just give this to you, God. I give this fear to you. I don't want to be afraid. And I give my children to you, and I'm trusting you with my kids. What I did was I gave up control. And they were adults by that now, right? They're adults. They're living their own lives. They're out of the house, and I had to make that conscious choice to hand them to him. And you know what? All of the fears that I had never came to pass. And And that's with so many things, and not even just with my kids. Fears that I've had that I have manufactured that never happened. And even if they had, what was the worst thing that could happen? What was the worst thing? Well, there's areas of our lives that we trust God in and areas we don't. And that's just the journey. The journey is learning how to walk with Jesus in all areas of our life. How to do it His way, because His ways are right. And our ways are tainted with thinking of the world. But His way, the kingdom of God way, is different. So, anyways, fear is a plan of the enemy. God did not invent that. It doesn't exist with Him. So it is definitely an invention of the enemy of our souls. And so anytime you feel afraid, think of it that way. And then go to God and say, what do I need to know about this? And what do I do? Do you need to hand something over to Him? Do you need to hand the fear? Do you need to hand the person? Do you need to hand the situation over? And be careful not to take it back. We love to control things. We want to control outcomes. We ask God for the outcomes that we want, not necessarily what He wants. So, anyways, go to Him, spend time with Him, hand things over. He takes it with glee. He just loves it when we hand our stuff over to Him. It's such a gift to Him. That's why when I do that, I envision myself gift wrapping the thing. Because Jesus takes it, and that's how He feels about it. It's a gift. So, anyways, that's a lot of talk. To encourage you that when you feel fear, then take it to Him. Take it to Him. What's the situation here? What do I need to know? And what do I do? Maybe it's just something like my fear of heights, that I can just go, here, this is yours. Not mine anymore. Enjoy. And if you want more on fear or anything else that you are struggling with, this is my book. Grab it on Amazon and work through it, and you won't believe the freedom that you will achieve. Have a great day.